Oh man, this video was in the making for a long time, and I'm glad I'm finally able to make a video about it. This is kind of where I left off, so this character is kind of incomplete, but almost complete. I just need to farm more things for the character, but I just want to show you how I got top 10 in season 11 when it came to Project Diablo 2 was Summer Assassin class. A lot of people were having a lot of fun. And the most best part about it is all the people and the new people and a lot of friends that I made along this journey. That was the most important thing that I enjoyed out of the whole experience of season 11. I didn't even care about myself. I was like waiting for all the homies to get on, and so we can just play online and just have a fun time. Man, it was just super crazy. Um, it's just something that you can't really talk about. You have to just be there and experience. And the people that were there and they were experienced, they can just tell you themselves how awesome it was. We had a lot of high end drop runes that were allocated, and then random people weren't picking it up. Like there was a Veil song that dropped, and no one picked that up, which was super crazy. Um, there was a Zod rune that got ninja looted. That was super crazy. Yeah, there was just so much crazy, awesome stuff that happened. And what I'm actually super surprised is my performance this season, because I was actually able to get in fourth place. But not only that, if the hymn groups weren't playing at all, and if they weren't playing the assassin characters at all, I actually would have got the first ranked spot, which was super crazy to think about. And I only when they got to level 100, it took me about what 2 to 3 days or 4 days to catch up to them to get to level 99 to max level. So I was just really happy as a player of my own performance that I got a lot better. When it came to Project Diablo 2, I understand how the mechanics work. Um, I was just laser focused in the zone, and the most favorite thing that I enjoyed was like falling asleep. I was literally just falling asleep and playing, and then people would be like, "Wake up, get a coffee, or get some sleep." I don't know. It was super fun, crazy times. But I'm just want to share some of the things that where I left off. I'm not going to talk about the mercenary because the mercenary is not ready. But I do plan on getting an affinity weapon for the mercenary. But I'm just still trying to tweak out certain things. So yeah, this build is from a closed beta that I did. I was playing with this build a little bit during closed beta. I really liked it a lot. It felt good. Um, a lot of people that don't know, when I do solo content, I actually do T4 solo dungeons. That's my thing. That's my one of the most favorite things I like to do in the game is soloing dungeons. So all I try to do is figure out ways to solo dungeons. I don't know why I do it, but yeah, this is kind of where I basically left off at when I hit level 99 and all the gear that I was able to require working my way up. So I got two Whispering Mirages, and what the Whispering Mirages do, they're a new weapon. They actually allow you to have extra Shadow clones. What I noticed between the difference between the Shadow Masters and the Shadow Warriors is that the Shadow Masters are really good for groups. So if you were running a big 8 player party, doing Shadow Masters is really, really good. They are really great utility, and with all the traps that they lay and all the crazy shenanigans that they do, they just really help out the whole team when you guys are doing maps together. What I noticed with solo content when it comes to the Shadow Warriors, they're really good with solo play. They do a lot of damage by themselves, like 100k to 150k when you solo play, which is great. But that's where I left off at. What I change is the helmet and the gloves and the boots. The good thing about Endora's helmet is not only that it gives you +2 to all skills, 30 increase attack speed, 9% life stolen per hit, which is really good to keep you alive. It gives you 25 to strength, and if you get a perfect roll, you can get up to 30. The corrupted roll that I got, as all resistances, which is fine. But eventually you want to get the corruption that gives +1 to all skills. Same with the amulet. You want to get an amulet that has like +30 to strength and up, and +2 to all assassin skills. And eventually the corruption that you want, having +1 or +2 to all assassin skills, so you can have 3 or 4 to all skills for a major buff. But that's like stepping into the godly item territory, and it's going to be very expensive. Shadow Dancers gives you +2 to all shadow spells. The Stone of Jordan, and having 2 Stone of Jordans was helping with my mana issue. And then on top of that, I got +10 to strength on one of the Stone of Jordans. So the other Stone of Jordan is going to have the corruption of strength too. So I can put all my points into vitality so I got more life. The arachnid mesh belts, what I plan on doing with this is actually getting the physical reduction, I think 3, I believe. So I can have more physical RD, but faster hit recovery is okay too. It's better than nothing. With the Chains of Honor, it's pretty good. It's kind of like Endario's Visor without the attack speed increase. It gives +2 to all skills, 8% life stolen per hit, and 20 plus to strength. The best kicker of them all is that it gives you up to 60 to all resistances. I have one that's 58%. That's going to help your character if you're trying to get all res capped. Super efficient. For the gloves, I got faster attack speed and +2 to all martial arts skills. It helps with your Phoenix Strike skill. And that is basically it for the basics of the gear. For your small charms, starting off, life, small charms. And eventually, when you get super rich and fancy and you have a lot of high runes, you want to get the +20 to life and all resistances. But those are super expensive. I think they can cost you up to 12 or 20 high runes. So just be prepared to spend a lot of money if you're trying to get life on all the resistance small charms. The grand charms are pretty much self-explanatory. They're all going to be Shadow Disciple skills with life on it, all across the board. You're going to have a small charm and Annihilus, and eventually, when you get super rich, you want to get the Corruption version, which gives you +2 to all skills, and the Hellfire Torch, what gives you good resistances. So, having high life on it too is very important, but the main thing is the resistances are first, and then you can get a perfect torch in the future. So that is basically it. I did forget to put a point into Phoenix Dragonflight. I was doing a lot of testing, and I remember when I was testing, I forgot to put the Dragonflight in when I used the token. So what you want to do is have all your points in Shadow Warrior, all your points in Phoenix Strike, and then evenly spread all your points to Fist of Fire, Claws of Thunder, and Blades of Ice up to 16. You want to have at least 10 bursts of speed. All the rest of your points go to Claw Mastery. You will have to reduce 3 points from the Claw Mastery, because you want to get your Dragonflight, and it takes about 3 points to get. So you would have to reduce this to 4. It was a really fun season, and it's just one of those things that you want to say it was a good time to be alive and something to experience. And you guys have a wonderful day.